Welcome back to Views with Teacher Jennifer News. This is Jerome Hughes, and if you haven't done so already, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell notification so that way you'll be notified of future uploads and updates. So, coming in from the New York Times, the man reimagining Disney classics for today's world. We finally meet who's in charge of it. Sean Bailey, who's in charge of the live-action remakes of films like The Little Mermaid. It's a job that puts him in the middle of a partisan divide. What is that partisan divide they're talking about? The left versus the right, where those who are the OG fans, who are the core audiences, are complaining about the issues that's happening off camera, where they're integrating political issues within the content that has nothing to do with politics. Okay, so moving along. So he's all about, he's refers to himself as to his remakes to find ways to make Disney stories less retrograde. In other words, trying to make it like current day, more diverse, more, in tune with the times. All right. So he also has a live action Snow White set for release next year, which stars Latina actress Rachel Zegler as the princess known as the fairest of them all. Here's the issue I have with that. What is Snow White about? It's a fairy tale that's about a woman, and they say that her skin is as white as snow. I mean, people are already starting to see that you're pretty much false with your work. Now, here's the thing, though. These movies got to make marketing and everything, not with the only production budget, but also they got to do with the marketing, where they got to spend a lot of money as well, and only to find out, when it hits theaters, nobody wants to see it. So in other words, they end up losing money. They miss out on the money that they could have gained, so on and so forth. So live action Snow White set for release next year stars Latina actress Rachel Zegler as the princess known as the fairest of them all. Yara Shahidi played Tinkerbell in the recent Peter Pan and Wendy, making her the first black woman to portray the character on screen. So like he said, we want to reflect the world as it exists. All right. This is coming from the ESG investment model that I told you all about. More specifically on the DEI initiative for the S that and within ESG, which is the social justice aspect. All right. So it also says this company is starting to act like Anheuser-Busch and Target, to the point where even though they've had the powerful impact on children as they form life beliefs, it's been uniquely challenged in this hyper-partisan movement. Both sides of the political divide have been pounding on Disney to stand with them, with movies that come from Mr. Bailey's Corner of the Magic Kingdom as prime examples. So let's go ahead to another big part where it says here support for Miss Bailey from The Little Mermaid, notably from people of color and film critics, has been offset by a torrent of racist commentary on social media and movie fan sites. Others have blasted The Little Mermaid for failing to acknowledge the horrors of slavery in the Caribbean. So in other words, also a few LGBTQ people have criticized Disney for hiring a straight makeup male artist for the villainous Ursula, whose look in the animated film was inspired by a drag queen. So basically, we have people on three different sides of matter having issue with what was being decided. The U.S. upset with the fact that it's woke. Then there's also, where those who are on the left, they're saying that it's not woke enough. And then you also have those who are third party voters. On the other hand, well, some don't care, but others, it's like they have issue with they even have issue with the makeup artists with it as well. So it says here, the upshot: The Little Mermaid will generate as much as $1 billion worldwide, with the furor evaporating once the film arrived in theaters. Feedback scores from test screenings were strong, as were early reviews. Alan Menken just told me that he thinks this one is better than the animated film. Robert Iger Disney CEO said at the film's premiere last month, referring to the Oscar-winning composer. Instead, The Little Mermaid would top out closer to $600 million, box office analysts said on Sunday, largely because the film faltered overseas. There we go. It faltered overseas because of the fact that they knew where it was coming from, they know what it's about, and they don't want it. Simple as that, you know? But yeah, now we see here someone who's been responsible for the failures of the live action remakes. It says here, there's other projects coming out soon where you got Mufasa, The Lion King, a photorealistic prequel directed by Barry Jenkins, the Oscar-winning Moonlight screenwriter, is scheduled for release in 2024. Mr. Bailey said The Lion King could expand into a big epic saga like the Star Wars franchise. Doubtful. There's a lot of room to run if we can find the stories, he said. I tell you, they're out of touch with the fans. They don't know what we want. You know, it's already bad enough they've lost millions of subscribers on the Disney Plus app, only to also see how you treat Marcus in his shoes and stuff, where they're just going to cut and run. They're going to stay out of society, away from others, okay? But other than that, it's like, what exactly is their move? You know, what are they going to do for this? As soon as they reveal, you know, the fact that the parents have issues with the parents have issues with trying to actually believe the company if they're going to put out their quality content, only to be disappointed in anyone that show up in theaters. Hopefully, if they also get the word of mouth around. So if you enjoyed what I shared in the video, go ahead, smash the like button. If you have any issues or seen any shortcomings that I've had, go ahead, provide corrections in the comments below. Also, if you enjoy what I shared on the channel, go ahead and click the bell notification so that way you'll be notified of future uploads and updates. Until then, peace.